What's up, everybody? Tommy here, Math Productions, and we're gonna get through the boring stuff super quick, and I'm gonna throw a gauntlet down, and I definitely want you to let me know in the comments what you think on this. But this is probably, in my very biased opinion, the single greatest in-game user-built outpost Starfield has ever seen. I absolutely love this build. I definitely did this build, so yes, I'm tooting my own horn. Wait till you see this though on screen, and again, let me know what you think. We're going to talk about some new mod updates along the way. I just showed the new Xeno Prod, which is part of the Xeno Master 1.1 update. But again, this entire video, while we'll introduce the idea of our current playthrough, I really just hope that you take in visually, conceptually, what's on screen. I hope it inspires you. Watching the playback inspires me, and I just absolutely am blown away by everything that a handful plus of mod authors have brought to the game. It's absolutely changed Starfield for the better. It is, in my opinion, the single greatest game now for what I enjoy doing most, what you're going to see on screen, and it's still so early on. Some of these ideas that you're going to see on screen are brand new mechanics that are just getting played with, so things are even going to get better from here, right? So enough of that. I'm going to try to keep up on screen with what we're looking at so I can describe it. But yeah, so first off, Betamax, they let me know after I had done my last mod review video showing off their framework mod that they actually had an update for it already. These halves are part of that update. They are local husbandry halves, and there are local greenhouse halves. You'll see one of those in a second as well. They snap on to everything else that snaps, and they are fantastic. They work incredible, they look incredible. It gives you the ability to, at each individual one of those halves, have different localized Xena or localized fauna, and you can have it right there at your build, right? What we're moving through is off that first Xeno pad from the main landing pad. We had one of those husbandries as well as one of those greenhouses from the new update from the framework by Betamax 76. And we had a barn house in through there. We had a bunch of medical stuff set up, autopsies, alien egg incubating, some research, stuff like that. That was all set up through there. And then we have the Argos operations building off of that. This is the greenhouse now we're finally getting into here. I got ahead of myself there. But the operations building, I like to think, and lore for my head canon for this playthrough, that Argos has sponsored this site in tandem with the UC, and we are a xenobiologist that is contracted, kind of in like an authority management supervisor in the field agent type position, but we're part of this team here, and this is a build that Argos is involved with for sure. We'll see that again in a second after the tower hab, because there is an Argos shop. But first, again from Betamax 76, this mod is the Tower Hab 2 mod. Gives you these awesome, you can get pre-built or empty, pre-decorated or empty towers, plus a whole bunch of other miscellaneous stuff, storage stuff. But right, like, I was speechless. I wanted to cuss right there, but like, that is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. We have New Atlantis literally right there. I absolutely love this build. And yeah, to finish up, Tower Hab 2, definitely grab that. Works with every other mod you're going to see here. A bunch of the mods that look industrial, like the overhanging pieces, the steel beams and stuff like that, that's from Something Wicked 3 and their entire set of Wicked Workshop mods. There's 6 of them, I believe, 5 or 6. I definitely encourage all of them. But side tangent story real quick. So I just mentioned something about it, replying to a community post reply to Thorgen Ironside. But so I had been building and I had teased building. In the last video, I showed you guys the build that was kind of right across from New Atlantis on the backside, right? There was a body of water in between. And so I updated a bunch of mods yesterday and I could not get back into the game. And it was one specifically from Well NY4. I updated the all resource buyer and the finished goods buyer. And then it kept telling me that they weren't in the load order, but then I would say to download and it would say they were downloaded and then it would just crash. So you know me, I was like, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and restart. And when I restarted, because again, I hadn't done anything, I just started building or whatever, no big deal. And I hadn't even decorated or anything like that, no big deal. So we got the load order cleaned up, restarted, and I was like, you know what, this time, instead of going to that back area and trying to build in the water, because I get hyper fixated on wanting to build like a floating platform in the water, I want to do something different. And I went just west of New Atlantis, and there's like that ridge line area, obviously, that you see where we're at. And I found a cool little spot, and I love this location. Absolutely, absolutely love this location. So, and where we're at on the video visual tour, imagine like you landed in the main big landing pad, and then as you started working in towards this main area, there was the bathroom that we checked out. So there's a public bathroom. Everybody can use that if need be. There is a Chunks franchise stall set up. There's the Trade Authority stall that's set up. We have all the mission boards and everything like that that we would need, of course. This is a spacesuit vendor. And so I was conflicted on how I would present this. I'll just go ahead and be honest about it. I had used a whole bunch of placeable vendors from the Outpost build menu that you get from like Something Wicked 3 and a few other places. And I had like 5 or 6 different vendors that were all chilling at these vendor stalls. I left to go to Gagarin, came back, and I don't know where they went. So I don't know what's up with that. So that's why all these vendor stalls are empty. Literally before I went and got 2 more Zenos before this video, there was like a handful plus more NPCs walking around that were all like interactable vendors. I don't know where they went. Maybe they'll come back. We can place more either way. No big deal, right? But anyway, so one brief note, moving on topics. One brief note on a glitch that you guys saw on screen, a visual glitch. It's one negative that I have on these mods and using them together. And then since I've mentioned Xenomaster a couple times, we'll talk about my initial thoughts, my overwhelmingly good thoughts on the newest update for Xenomaster 1.1. But when I went into those Argos extractors living quarters, you guys maybe saw on screen the floor tiles were kind of glitching between the platforms. I have those habs built on, and then the floors for the habs themselves. It's random that happens, but it's not. So like it's consistent between a bunch of the different pieces that are added by Betamax 76's framework, including the pads that we're walking on now that all this stuff's built on. When you start connecting the snap points of these things, depending on how you line them up or where they snap at, you'll see it whenever you're like in the highlighted view before you actually place the foundational piece, if you will. You'll see those tiles start to glitch and tweak out, so you'll know what's happening. And the reason I rolled with it on the living quarters, those are for the NPCs. I don't live there. I'm not going to go in there often. I know they're fully decorated, and it looks like they're living in there. That's good enough for me. So that is the one negative. There is that visual glitch on the floor pieces in those living habs. Those are the only places on this build that you'll see those things happen. But while we come up here, check out the outside, I'll take a seat and we'll walk back through the little outpost in nighttime so we can see it all lit up in the night. But Ghost Rider 231 updated yesterday the Xeno Master and the Trade Authority add-on mod for Xeno Master. It's version 1.1 now. Biggest things that I absolutely love, and we'll unpack it way more in depth in future videos down the line. But the Xeno Prod that I showed at the beginning of the video, I did successfully use that in the wild. You get like 5 base charges with it, I think, if I recall correctly. I used all 5 of them, but I did flap one of the flying things on Gagarin, and it's actually, you might see it on video. I didn't notice directly when I was watching this video playback for the recording, but you might see it on video. I called it something to do with like Draco, because it looks like a little mini flying dragon, but I flapped one of those buddies with the Xeno Prod and captured it. Love that. Used up all of my CCDs on the easy tames, and then thrown a few in the wild trying to get us the little cricket looking mug that we checked out. That's actually native to Gagarin, not from here on New Atlantis. And the biggest thing that I love, I have like 7 Zenos right now, all based at this outpost, dismissed from me and just chilling at this outpost. And Xeno Master version 1.1 truly makes your Zenos not count at all against anything that is stationed at your outpost, so you could truly have, in theory, every Xeno in the game, one of each, whatever, all stationed at your outpost. That is truly incredible. If you pair together now Betamax's animal husbandries with the base game animal husbandries, you can now get the alien eggs in the wild, all the different Xenos right there that you can capture and tame with CCDs with the Xeno Prod, and you can have all of them on display at your outpost, walking around, interacting with different things. Super, super cool. This is Starfield, right? Like, remember a year ago playing this game, building an outpost, and what you just saw throughout the screen in the past 10-12 minutes. It's insane to me. Obviously, the biggest bit of gratitude goes to all of the mod authors, whether I mention them specifically in this video. Nems Deco, cannot not mention DownfallNemesis. I mentioned Miss O, Mills Builds. There are so many mod authors who have contributed to the load order that I'm using for this playthrough, and I will get that typed out and posted, I promise. Just bear with me, give me some time. But man, I absolutely love this game. It's a great game. It's a super fun game for me. It allows me to build stuff like this, like what we just walked through on screen, and I couldn't have had more fun doing anything in the game other than what we're showing on screen. I'm getting ready to start the playthrough. We're gonna have fun with that, and we're gonna keep adding to what we've seen on screen. But I hope that you've enjoyed what we've seen on screen. If you did, I hope you press the like button. I hope you consider subscribing to the channel. There's a whole lot of content on the way, a whole lot more building to do, and a whole lot more fun to be had. Let me know in the comments below what you think, what you'd like to see next. Am I right or am I not? Is this the greatest outpost user-made in-game that you've seen? Let me know. Otherwise, take care till next time.